pretty much everybody at a lower level would have blocked blue on red.
To keep red as the ball. I'm wondering now if red has a clear run up to hoop 2.
Oh, yes, it might be stymied from there. Robert's got a little bit far past. That's not a running ball.
Yeah.
That's not a running ball. It'd be a little bit disappointed with that.
It's a gatekeeper.
It's a gatekeeper, but it's on the side of the gate rather than holding the keys to the portcullis. That
red curls around and goes a bit too far as well. Yeah. It's possible that the court has sped up a little with this wind. It's probably dried out.
Oh, it's certainly dried out. We haven't had any moisture falling on it since 8 o'clock this morning, and there's been a very stiff breeze all day. So I wouldn't exactly describe the conditions as tropical, but they're certainly not bad for this time of the year in the suburbs of Melbourne.
So black's hanging back a bit. Don't know whether Robert meant
He's going for the hoop.
Far back.
Yeah.
And Gary says, "All right."
He's done that a few times. He's gone for very long hoops.
So Robert will be looking to hide this blue ball, at least from the red.
From the red, yep.
And he hasn't looked to see where yellow's coming in.
No, he's given that no thought at all.
He didn't look at that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He gave that no thought whatsoever. I'm not sure.
Gary has a look to see what can see blue, and he's decided
if Gary can't see the blue, he'll be coming in through the back. That's what he likes to do. He's certainly tried to.
Not that time. It's because coming in through the back is really quite difficult because you've got to get it in and just through.
And
if it comes too far through, it's too easy to hit.
That's right, you get knocked away.
If it doesn't get through, then it's not a threat because it can't score. So it looks like Robert has an option to clear red, and he's looking at that.
Yeah.
I don't think he can see the hoop.
I mean, but you mentioned before whether yellow could see the blue. And
I think it can.
You'd think if it could, then you'd think that Robert would be doing something about that.
So he's putting black in where yellow can't see it, but red certainly can, and we can't see now.
No, we can't see, but we'll see what happens after Gary plays this.
Oh, yellow missed.
Okay, yellow missed, so blue's going to make
blue's
this hoop.
Right.
Yeah.
So it looks like we could
So it looks like this will be 1-1.
Same routine, even though it's an easy shot.
Yeah, that's a real lesson to all players out there, isn't it? You stick to your shot routine. It doesn't matter whether the shot is 16 metres or 6 centimetres.
So now Gary has first ball across to hoop 3. Robert's blue on the boundary behind 2.
So all not lost there. If he can get in a really good position on hoop 3 and start maybe even getting the next 2 hoops, because that's often possible from when you're going down the long axis.
It does look like a pretty good ball there at 3.
It looks all right, doesn't it, from this perspective?
Robert did walk down to
and it looks pretty good from the top as well. Robert coming
Black goes
further,
across.
Short side now. But that's not going to stop Gary from having a poke at the hoop. Possibly even getting in the jaws. Yellow comes deep. So I think Robert's got to shoot at the red now, Trish.
I think by the look of him now, and he did go across there to look to see what blue could see, so I'm pretty sure he'll decide to clear it. It's a long clearance.
It is.
It doesn't have to shift it far, though. It just has to make it so it can't
run
the hoop.
It literally only needs to move a fraction, doesn't it? And it didn't move at all because it didn't get hit. So, well, again, a lot of club players would be looking around the lawn here and thinking, I might put this in the jaws. But these guys don't seem to like... In fact, I haven't seen that at all in the tournament. I haven't seen anybody at this level of the game deliberately putting the ball in the jaws from this position.
Haven't you?
No.
Sometimes it's a good idea at hoop 4 because it's,
except for now.
I think he was running
I think
it.
he's unfortunately
running
run
it,
it.
yeah.
But he so
But if there's an opportunity, like from hoop 4 to hoop 5, it's quite good
Yeah.
to put it in the jaws because you can knock it through and get position at the next hoop. So perhaps they'd do something like that.
yes.
Bit of a fiddle shot.
Well, they did. Yes, we saw that from 6 to 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a nice shot from Robert, isn't it? That's pretty
It is
good.
a good one.
That's pretty good.
And Red's not really hampered where it is.
No, it's not hampered.
Gary will be fine getting that
he was
one down.
Red will just come down as per usual. That's quite steamy.
That-
That's got a nice kiss,
What
but
a lovely shot.
it's a great shot, but it
of
won't be
course,
sitting there.
no,
it won't be.
it won't still be there.
But it stopped Black from having a
Yes.
chance, hasn't it?
That's right.
And the blue,
Blue, he wants position.
into position. Yeah,
That's, yes.
that's fine.
That's a lovely one.
Yeah.
That's a lot of touch for that. That's a long shot.
Yep. So Gary now has this difficult red. Not
He's
too.
he's
not
going to
too
have
bad.
trouble directing it to clear anything. So
The
he's just going to be able to bring it down.
Yep. And it's
And it's
curving away.
curving,
There's
and it's
there's that
going to
famous
do
hoop
the
4 curve that you were talking
Oh,
about.
yes.
And now we will not be seeing that yellow there for much longer.
No. Well, Robert's examining that a lot.
Well, I suppose he wants to. Ideally, he'd put the yellow somewhere where it can't see the blue, but he hasn't really got the angles to do that, does he? So
He could get it to the boundary and have black in the way.
yes,
That's
yes. If he
about-
can follow the
about
black
it.
on a little bit like that,
Yeah.
then it would have helped. So big shot for Gary now because it's vital that the blue is taken away from that threatening area.
So there's his hands. The bottom hand is in a normal position.
Bottom hand is on normal.
Upwards. It's not Solomon.
Yeah, it's
Look at
upwards.
that.
Yeah, you're right. The top hand is knuckles out, and the bottom hand is underneath. Yeah, and it's
it
obviously
works.
good enough to play that sort of shot,
Very smooth swing.
and it's good. It's really nice. The blue has gone a fair distance, and the yellow has stopped in its tracks a bit. So.
Is black in a running position?
I'm not.
No.
Not.
No, I don't think so.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Debatable.
The blue is.
Well, we can say blue is. No question about that. Let's see what Gary thinks, because if
he thinks black's a runner,
Yeah,
he'll shift
if he
black.
thinks-
But if he doesn't,
if
he
he
has to
thinks
shift
black's
blue.
more than a 20% chance, he would get rid of it.
It's gone.
It's gone. And yellow must feel confident of getting rid of the blue, mustn't it? I mean,
Well, it's pretty close
Yeah.
for him, but he still didn't have a choice, did he? If black could run, he had to shift black in that turn and assume that he can shift blue in the next one with
Yeah.
yellow. And Robert might be looking at blocking yellow on blue and
Yeah,
still
that
having it in running position.
that
It's
would
quite
work.
possible
That's
to do that.
always do two things at once. Okay.
No.
I don't think
Just
he's
another
blocked
runner?
his blue. It's another runner.
Might be a block on red to the hoop. If he's assuming that blue won't be there. Yep.
Blue certainly isn't
So
there.
he's then saying, all right, well, I've blocked red's shot at the hoop. And I'll put in another runner.
think
with
another
blue,
runner.
Or is he going to hit that red? Look at him. Where is he?
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Is
hit
he
the red.
just-
Yes,
he's
you're right,
just off
Trish.
the
He's going
side,
to
he's lining up for
get rid of the
something.
red, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yep,
What's
he
it?
is. Here he comes.
Yeah, there he is.
From the bottom right-hand side of the screen.
Of course, if he can manage to shift red and follow it across a
follow
bit,
the blue across to
he'll
hoop
be
5.
over towards
yes.
5.
Oh, what a shot.
That's
Look
a
at
great
that.
shot.
But wouldn't it have been even more perfect if the blue had followed it over, as you said, towards hoop 5? Well, that makes things very difficult for Gary now. That's a long walk. That must feel like he's walking all the way to Melbourne.
And it's not behind a hoop, though. It's not behind the peg.
No, he's
so
not
there's still a
completely
chance for him to clear that black.
Well, this
And
is...
well,
this
it's not so difficult. You don't have to hit so far.
no, just have to nudge it.
If it's in a hoop running position, it might only need to move, less than 50 centimetres.
Okay. Oh, no, well to the left.
That
Well to the
doesn't look
left.
good.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's like one of mine. That's
Not too many, I hope. Yeah. Well, when you're at a distance and you're trying to hit a little harder to make
Yes,
the
it's a
distance,
bit-
sometimes the
yeah.
swing goes a bit crooked. But
Yeah.
Robert would expect to run this.
Yeah, I think
There
2-2.
we go. It's through. Did you see the hoop move just a little?
Oh
bit
yes,
too?
well that
That
hoop's
was a
been shaking quite a lot.
Yeah, that was a fairly firm
yeah,
shot.
so in the previous game when Gary made it in its guise of hoop 9, it shook quite violently, and if you might remember, the referee had to come on and tap that one down a bit earlier.
These hoops have the square carrots, which make them a lot more stable in the ground than the older hoops that had the circular.
That's looking
or
pretty
the
good.
Carrot-shaped carrots.
That's looking pretty good.
Oh, that is a beautiful
That
shot.
is on the spot. Now the question is where is Robert? We know that the blue is in the top right-hand corner because we were discussing
Yeah.
it earlier.
He has an
And
opportunity to clear it with blue, but he also black is down on the
Black's
south
down.
boundary.
Yeah. So I think he's going to have to clear
He
it.
might
He-
have a go with
yeah.
both.
He's got to have a go with both. Yeah, he can't afford to lag the blue and then imagine that black will clear the yellow.
Although
Oh no!
a gentle shot that just clears it would be enough.
Amazing. Well, I
He's
don't
gone
think
for
he was
position.
even going for the clearance.
Yeah,
He's gone for the
position.
lag. So he's confident that he can get rid of that yellow with his black ball. Where is the black ball? There. Look at
Yeah,
that. Now
yeah,
that's
that's-
confidence, isn't it?
That's a nice angle
For
Look
the
at
in-off.
that. Possibly an in-off, but also if you miss blue, you can make the hoop. But Gary's going for a block.
Oh, what are you doing, Gary?
And
Oh, he's
it looks
probably
like he's blocked the hoop, and
Well, he's left himself. But also, if he makes the hoop, he's left his red out of the game, hasn't he?
if Robert can get just in between those two, he can knock them both away.
Oh, that would be cruel.
It's a possibility.
That would be cruel.
Here we go. Here's the routine.
Okay. So
the
obviously the
toes.
yellow must go,
Yellow's
but
got
if
to
the
go.
red, both of them go.
Oh,
Okay, he's
just
opened the door.
red.
Okay, Gary,
Oh.
chance, because runs that up to hoop 6.
So at the moment it's 2-all.
This could be
And
amazing.
This hoop could be the pair of
Goes
hoops.
through. That's looking good. Good pace. Good pace. Oh, bad luck.
Oh, that
Bad
must just
luck.
prove that the peg's
3-2
in the
to
right
Gary.
spot.
But bad luck on that, on hitting the peg. Oh, so cruel. And Robert taking a position just to
Position
the
with
right.
Blue.
Clearable by yellow.
Yes, absolutely.
Clearable.
So if Gary gets good position
Yeah,
with
Gary
red,
gets good position,
and
which he
it's
hasn't.
too long.
Oh, that's a bit of a mistake.
that is, and if black can come in wide from red on the left there in running position. Yep, there it is.
There it
Got
is.
the wire.
There it is. Now we
Okay,
don't know whether that's wired from the red, but I'm sure Robert would have got his protractor out and set square and made that happen. And the referee
there's the
on.
referee.
Interestingly, what's all this
it
about?
may be sitting in a hole.
Ah, the watering hole.
Yeah, a sprinkler hole.
Okay. Let's have a look. Always interesting when the referee comes on.
So he's lifted
Slightly
the ball
placing
to
it to the
see.
side, away from the hole. Robert giving his nod of approval. Now, he has shot from here before, Trish.
He has.
He
yeah.
has.
I think he's looking.
I think he is. I think he's shooting.
Is he not shifting black? No, going the hoop, and
This
it's
is-
bobbled
this
as though
is-
it was
yeah.
still in a hole.
This is like about the 4th time he's done that.
Robert's looking at the hole.
Robert
there.
thanking the hole for the little thank you very much, hole for that nice little kick you gave me there.
So Robert looking to see the line with black and then the line with blue and the position of red, working it all out. There he goes again. Have a look over that
Yeah.
side. What does that look like?
Which ball? He'd probably prefer to shoot with the black, perhaps. I don't know. Difficult to tell.
Well, he might be looking at having a go with both of them.
Yeah,
Or is he looking
No.
for the block?
he's
Yeah,
well,
he's
it's
going the
not
block.
going
Red
the
on
hoop.
black. Looks like it might have worked
He
too.
was thinking Because it's here that little trick that you were talking about earlier, where you might be able to play a sort of ricochet thing where your ball goes off to hoop 7 that they might be trying to engineer. So
I thought he was just trying to block red shot on black and give himself a second runner. And Gary's got to change his mind on all of this.
yeah,
What's happening? Is he going to try and nudge the blue? He's trying to just get rid of the blue.
get rid of the
and
blue,
remain
but
there.
that now opens
It
the
was
door
a
for
very
black.
good clearing shot, but Robert won't hesitate to simply
No.
run the hoop with black. There's the hoop crouch. Line it up.
Yep. Yes, I think we get the cap touched when it's a long shot, and we get the crouch when it's a hoop.
When he looks along the mallet to see what line he has to take to be sure of running.
No,
But it's in the jaws.
it's in the jaws.
But it's
Now,
a long jump.
yeah, I was going to say, is that Gary? Is that a jumping distance for Gary? We don't know, do we? We haven't seen him take one on that long. He can't. Do you think he might try and dislodge the black at this stage with the yellow? Is that a possibility?
Red plays before black,
Yeah.
so he's got to think about whether Robert would be able to knock black through
Oh, with the blue.
blue, or whether Robert will be able to clear red with the blue.
Yeah, yeah. Blue's a long way away.
I can't even guess what he would do here.
I think based on previous form, he's going to try and knock the black away from the hoop.
You want to put money on that one?
Oh, $1. $1. Oh,
There
you
we
owe
are,
me $1.
and he did, he
Hooray,
did,
I've earned
and
$1.
I think he got through as well.
And he's gone through. He's gone
And
through.
he shifted black back.
Yeah, and the yellow balls ended up in front of the hoop.
It's amazing.
That is the shot of the game. That
Yeah.
is the shot of the because Trish now owes me $1. Brilliant. Well, I don't think we could have predicted that one, could we? If you wrote down all the permutations that could happen there,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had that one on our
That
list.
was a great one. So what's Robert trying to do here? Is he hit that yellow and try? No.
No, he's
Oh.
he's
Shift the red.
he's sprayed that like a fake tan, hasn't he? He's
Oh.
it's gone way over to the right. So yeah, wow, what a passage of play. Now, what do you do with this black? Because clearly the black's got to go. This is really crucial.
He'd like to go over there.
Yeah.
But he wants
Wouldn't he?
black to be
Wouldn't he?
unable to jump.
Oh, look at this.
And he's done that.
He's done that.
Red
He's
has
accomplished the
gone
red going over
towards
towards 7.
Hoop 7.
How far away is the black? This is the big question. Oh, not far enough. Not
No.
far enough.
And it's not hampered by the
No,
hoop either, is it?
Not far enough. I think he needed to hit it more, just not try for the fancy hoop 7 business, but to actually get the black north of hoop 6.
He may have been trying that and it just
He may have been trying. He may have been
came
trying
off with
that.
a slight
Yeah.
cut. And there was a risk that it would hit yellow as well, so he had to make sure it went off to
Alright.
the side.
Well,
So
unfortunately,
Robert
that's
looking to
a
clear the
sitting
yellow,
duck there,
and it's
Yeah.
gone.
but it'll be first back in.
Yep,
So
yep.
no balls around the hoop. Gary is the first to play. It's
It's the
like
same
this-
story, isn't it?
Yep.
As Robert's going to have to keep clearing. As long as Gary can get hoop running position with this
Yep,
shot,
yep,
Robert will have
yep,
to clear.
Yep. That's good
And
enough.
It's
good enough.
It is quite good enough, isn't it? It's a lovely
Good
shot.
enough.
So Robert has 2 balls with which he can clear it, and they're both long ones.
But
so
he's
he's
not-
going for the placement the first time.
Yeah.
Or a
Okay.
nudge.
Now the black is actually down to the west, isn't
Mm.
it? So
Black is a long way away.
it's a long way away, and
Mm.
but Robert obviously confident that he'll be able to dislodge the yellow, or maybe he thinks that Gary might get a bit nervous with that yellow shot. Who knows?
I think that last shot was a bit of an each way bet.
Yeah,
He
trying
was
to
going
just
to nudge the yellow.
Yep.
as well as not taking the risk that he would miss and have blue too far away.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
From that angle, it doesn't look like yellow's such a good hoop runner, but I think
No,
it is.
but it is.
So he's definitely lining up to hit
And this
it.
is very
Yeah.
much lining up for the big hit.
And Gary at the moment is one hoop ahead at 3-2. Robert would really like him not to be 4-2. He wants it 3 each after
That's right.
this.
Okay. Well, that's Robert's predicament. The yellow ball, a tiny little speck in the distance.
No.
And it remains a speck.
No, it's just
And Gary
hit
with
the
a
leg.
chance here for 4-2. Not easy, but definitely within his remit.
yeah, I think this is going to be 4-2.
Well, it
and
might well be
absolute
4-2, but
rejection.
not right now because,
No.
I mean, the good thing for him is that blue, well,
Robert could run
he
this.
could run it, couldn't he? He could run it.
You
Oh
might be
dear.
looking at the angle. Here we go. It's
Well,
the
Gary will be
crouch.
thinking about that one as he puts his head on his pillow this evening. He'll be, he'll,
I think he'll be sleeping well this evening.
if he, yes, that's right. If he actually has any sleep after the
So-
excitement of playing in the final here.
Okay. There's definitely
Robert.
room to get through.
Yeah, definitely room to get through, room for an in-off, room for missing.
Room to hit the leg.
Okay,
Mm.
well, where is the black? Because that yellow, if the black is far, the black's on the black went all the way through to the northern boundary, didn't it, before?
Gary has a free shot with red.
Yeah, look, I don't think the black can see the yellow.
Mm.
I don't
Red.
think the black can see the yellow.
Red for the hoop. No, red for position.
I'd be really surprised if the black has got much of a view of the yellow there. That looks. Robert is shaping as if he can see a lot of it. Doesn't look as if he can from where we're looking.
Maybe he's going to do the through the back of the hoop trick.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. No, doesn't like it. Little flock of birds just flew above his head there.
It looks like he hasn't got room for a backswing with the snake.
No,
there,
he
but I think it's
normally
further
moves the
back than you
snake.
think. He's able to move it if he needs to.
Okay. No.
Shifting red.
Shifting red and actually taking his black ball a long way away from its ultimate destination of hoop 7.
Yeah.
So,
I don't quite know what he was trying to
Yeah.
do there.
yeah, very interesting. Well, Gary now another bite at the cherry, this time from a lot closer in than he was before. And it's
it's
4-2.
through.
That wasn't a
Yeah.
particularly convincing run, though, was it?
It's well enough because he's not needing to go straight ahead
No.
after this. He's going
No.
round the corner.
But it looked as if it took some persuading.
And red is a lot closer to hoop 7 than either of Robert's balls.
Yeah, yep. Yep.
But good position with blue and he could
So Robert slides in, and
could
that looks like a
control
nice
this hoop.
pace. And I think we are. Robert is in a. Oh, he's got
It's a little bit angly.
yeah, it's a bit angly. It's a bit angly. And Gary comes a bit deeper,
and angly.
and that's quite nice. I mean, if Robert was to slide up in front of the hoop there, I think Gary would be able to jump him. Robert thinking about this one.
Robert's way down on the south boundary.
Way down.
There's a bit of furniture
There's
between
lots
him
of
and where he
furniture.
wants to go.
That's right. So when we talk about furniture, we mean all the hoops and pegs, all the
Yes.
paraphernalia.
He's dodged that and finished up in
Yeah. And
deep
he's,
running position on the north boundary.
yeah. I like the way that Trish calls it the running position, as if
Yeah,
if
deep.
that's a spot that you
Yeah,
regularly.
that's a deep running
It's a
position.
deep running
It's
position.
in front of the hoop. Anything in front of the hoop's a running
It's
position,
a running,
Gareth, isn't it?
That's right. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Now he needs to. Well, he looked like he was going to start to play the blue ball then, but of
No,
course
he's
he was
looking
just
at the
checking
line.
it out. He
Yeah,
was
just
checking
working
it
out if he thinks that blue can run the hoop.
Okay.
And he must have
Ooh,
thought it
he
could.
must think that he can. Yeah, or if not run it, at least. Well, I wouldn't imagine he'd be too worried about Robert being in the jaws, because that surely is jumping distance for his red. But
Well, Robert's examining all options.
yeah, I think Robert will clear the red.
Mm. With any luck, he can send red across towards hoop 3 and retain position. Deep running.
Yep, the
it
famous deep running position.
running
Robert now
position.
has 2 deep runners.
Yes, he does. And red just turns around and comes back, but both of Robert's balls are able to clear
that's right.
that.
They look menacing, don't they? Both Robert's black and blue balls are really. If I was the red ball now, I'd be feeling the pressure of those two, the black and the blue.
So he can position black and clear with blue.
Although I think the yellow's just off to the
It is.
to the west side.
Yeah.
The yellow's on the western boundary.
The distance from yellow to blue is quite a big one.
It is a big
one.
one.
To shift a clearing ball, you have to clear it a lot further than you have to clear.
Yep.
Then you have to shift a hoop running ball.
So you picked it correctly, Trish. The black ball has just come in as a very, very solid runner, and now.
So Gary's got to choose, and I think the easiest option is to clear the hoop running ball, not the clearing ball.
Yeah. Or
and
not
he's missed
clear
it.
at all.
So
That's
now the clearing ball, because Robert's
dear.
now putting the pressure on. He's forcing Gary to be the clearer, and he's the positioner. So this ball, the red, has to go a bit further because it has to be unable to clear black. And one of the options is to hide it behind the hoop.
Interestingly, the red all the way down, where it's gone.
Oh,
oh, there's a surprise.
Yeah.
Blue in the jaws.
Well,
I was going to say that if by putting red all the way down to hoop number 8, and then making the. Oh no, because red has to play next, so it has to come back. Yeah. I was thinking you might be giving your opponent a slight advantage because they wouldn't be offside, but of course the red actually has to come back.
And he would have been aiming to shift red a long way, and preferably with the hoop between red and black, his runner.
Well,
but as it is now, blue's in the jaws, so
coming back up through the hoop, and that looked very close.
Did it dislodge the blue?
I don't think it dislodged the blue.
Yeah.
No, the blue's in a plumb position, isn't it?
It is. So if Robert was to hit blue with black, sometimes the risk is that black then can't get down to the next hoop.
Yeah.
Another way of doing it is to clear the red so that blue has control of the next hoop once it's run the hoop.
Can you remember where yellow is, Trish?
No.
I think it's south of hoop 7.
Okay, so I think Robert's looking
He's
for
going
positioning
halfway.
black at halfway.
Yeah, he's going halfway.
Yeah.
So he clearly thinks wherever yellow is, it's not going to trouble blue. And yes, I don't think it is. Oh, surely Gary can't imagine that he can dislodge that red from that blue from here. Surely not.
Oh, well, there's a little bit of it hanging out the back.
Surely not.
So there was a little opportunity.
There was a little tempting piece of blue poking out there, but
this ball can go down to hoop 8.
Referee coming to have a look.
Yes.
Might be a little bit of wire here. Oh, that looks nice. And that's trundling down towards hoop 8.
So Robert's managed
3-4.
to get to 3-4 and in a good position for the next hoop as well.
Yep. Big hoop for Robert there. A great position in front of the hoop. And
a better position now, but with not much backswing.
Yes. And let's face it, that red could be cleared a long way up the lawn by the
Yes,
blue, couldn't it?
it
if
can.
the
If black gets
the
a
black
good
comes
position.
in nicely, which it has.
Yeah. So that's a good thing to practice, getting wonderful hoop position, isn't
Yeah.
it? If you can do that, you put a lot of pressure on your
That-
opponent.
Well, the yellow ball really has to try and do something about the blue, which it hasn't done, but
And
it's
to
getting
do
near the
something
hoop.
is-
Oh!
Ah.
Well,
So black can still get to the hoop. So Robert's got to think about whether he wants to clear blue a long way, clear red a long way.
I think he might
Yes,
as
I
well,
think
because
he
he
is.
He
Yep.
could play a stop shot that leaves blue exactly where it is, and red.
Mm.
I mean, I think he can keep blue pretty much within a yard of where it was, and put the red on the northern boundary. Actually, that's a perfect pace, isn't it? He didn't hit that any harder
He
than he
hit
needed
it hard
to.
enough to get to the boundary,
Yep.
which is as far as it can go, isn't it?
Exactly. There was
Yeah.
no point in hitting that any harder.
No.
He hit it perfectly.
So,
So his blue ball just went less than a metre. The red ball went 30 metres. So
red's coming
red's
back
coming
to
back in.
interfere with things and doesn't quite manage to do it. And really, it does look like black is able to run this hoop.
jump.
He's
bit of
going
a
to jump.
Yep.
Yellow must be a little bit more in the way than we thought. This just needs to be a neat little jump.
Yep. That's right. Only
There
has
he
to
is,
hop over,
looking.
and that will be enough for a 4-all tie. Even if he doesn't make it, things are quite well placed for him, but he makes
It's
it very
through.
easily, and it's 4-all.
The ball just went up a little, didn't it? Just enough to get past that bulge of yellow in the way.
It did, yep. Of yellow, and yellow now with a difficult shot. It's tied up against the hoop. The referee's keenly observing.
So 4-all.
4-all.
So Roberts clawed back that 2-hoop lead that Gary had.
And yellow is not able to get in front of the hoop on this shot.
No.
And in fact has left itself in a...
It's an awkward position
Yeah,
because
awkward.
it gives Robert quite a long area in the front
That's
that
right.
allows him to hide from yellow.
A very big landing pad for
Yeah.
Robert to put the blue ball hidden from the yellow. But it's actually overcooked that a bit.
Travelling a bit fast.
Overcooked.
Mm.
The sun has been beating down on the lawns since midday.
Beating. It has warmed up slightly.
It's warmed up. Well, look, the red's in a great position, but it's really a question of whether or not yellow can stop blue from dispatching it. Is there anything yellow can do about the blue there, Trish?
No, it can't move it very far.
Yeah.
The boundary's right there.
At club level, there'd be a big attempt to block, wouldn't there? But
There's an attempt to interfere.
yeah. So
Well, yellow can move the blue
can move it.
and hold its own position.
Will it try it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, and it's actually a bit shielded now by the black, but hitting the black will hit the red away. So Robert will probably do that. In fact, if Robert hits the black properly, the black will actually stay where it is.
If he hits it
Yeah.
dead centre on
Dead
the
centre,
line
because
that's
the
going
black
to
will
red.
go into red and stop dead. Yeah. So it'll actually be like those little desk toys where the balls clank against each other.
So is he doing that, or is he looking for position blocking red? No, he's doing the clear and...
Oh, ho, ho!
Ooh. Oh.
Can you believe it? The red didn't move.
No. And
Robert's got his
black,
head. Look, Robert thinks that the laws of physics have just been corrupted. He can't believe it.
He thought through the jaws.
He
and
did.
it
Well,
just hit the leg.
the least thing he could have expected that the red would have moved, but the red has stayed rock solid. It's a great opportunity for Gary.
This hasn't been many shots for this
He
hoop,
gets
has it?
it. 5-4.
Yes, 5-4.
Well,
So after all of the jockeying for position at hoop 7,
Yeah.
and this one's all over in four shots.
incredible. Well, we're back to the normal laws of planetary motion and physics now, after seeing that red ball just resolutely decide to just stick to the blades of grass.
And there's
Robert responds by putting in a perfect
shot.
runner. Both a runner and a patroller, a gatekeeper.
So yellow looks like it
yellow
might
sneaking past.
curving.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see the fall of the lawn there.
Yeah, it's a big ask to try and play with much precision with the character of the lawn there.
Well, the hard part is remembering where those curves are. But they've been on this court now for almost 4 games.
Yep.
So
That's
they'll
right.
be racking their memories now.
That's right. So, very tense. Gary shooting long, and it's slightly desperate, I think, there, Trish. It's like he didn't really need to. He didn't really need to take such a lusty swing at that hoop from that distance.
He's been really accurate, so I think he just thought, oh well, we'll go for this. Have to move something. And I think after having a ball swing away, you realise that you have to hit a little harder to keep it on track.
And there we are at 5 all.
It is 5 all. Another quick hoop.
So Robert's experience coming into this crucial last bit down the centre here, you'd think could be really, really important. That's a great shot from Gary. Really nicely positioned. But, you know, the years of experience and the craftsmanship of Robert here, you'd think would
Well, I
put
think
him in the box
Robert
seat.
knows that he has to fire at this because look at red and black so close together.
Yeah.
If he doesn't shift yellow,
he could be
Gary
stymied,
is going to
yeah,
block.
to block him. Yeah, that's right.
No,
And it's
so he's
gone
done
away. So I think we'll see Gary coming back in. 20 minutes left.
Okay, so red's now come in to a position that's not great for running, but it's certainly a bit too close for comfort. Robert will be wanting to get a nicer position than that one, and he'll have to work out whether he could possibly move the red with the blue. If he can't, if he thinks it can run, he's going to have to do it now with black.
So we've just got 20 minutes of the coverage left. I would prefer the game to go to a wonderful 5th game than us enjoy seeing the victor. But either way, it'll be a good outcome. So that's an interesting shot from Robert because it's really asking to be cleared, isn't it? Putting the black there with the red so close by and the blue not really anywhere around. I mean, Robert's really just he's making a sitting duck of the black ball.
He is, but there wasn't much else he could do except try to shift the red.
Right.
So
Okay. So he was trying to shift the red.
He's
right.
saying,
yeah.
well, if he doesn't shift it, then it can run the hoop.
Well, the yellow's got to be shifted now.
Yes, and then he's got a runner if he shifts yellow.
And he doesn't
Shifts the
shift
red.
the yellow. What
Shifts-
a moment in this game.
Shifts the red.
What a moment.
Or blue. Blue shift. Not enough.
Well,
red can clear black.
Red can clear the black. Red can clear the black. This is it now. If red can clear the black, yellow has a wonderful opportunity.
Look at that. Is he aiming at black or aiming at the hoop?
I hope he's aiming at black. I hope he's aiming at black. He's aiming at the hoop.
The hoop.
I don't believe
He
it.
was.
Gary. Gary, you could have hit the black away. The yellow ball's in front of the hoop.
And
Oh my goodness.
Robert's not going to bother with
Oh
run that hoop.
gosh. Oh, when you can hit with the accuracy that Gary has, I mean, because he nearly made the hoop. I can't believe it. It never occurred to me that he would be aiming for the hoop on that shot, and instead
he was looking for a cheap hoop, wasn't he?
well, he was looking for an expensive hoop. I think he was
cheap
looking
to just
for
take it.
and Robert punishes him.
Yeah, through.
Oh, 6-5 to Robert.
But where's Red now? How
And
far
at what
down
a
is
stage
Red?
of the game, because Robert is one hoop away from winning the Australian national title.
He is. But where's Red? He's
Red
just.
Red went off to the
Did it
southwest.
go, it's not down near hoop 12.
No,
No?
it went quite a long way away
okay.
from hoop 12.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Gary, what were you doing there? You're going to hit the centre peg? No, no, it's nice.
No,
it's a good position.
it's all
It's
right.
good position.
He's regrouped, Gareth. It's okay.
He's regrouped.
Settle down. Settle down. It's okay.
Well. Oh dear. Come on.
All
Poor
right.
commentators.
Okay, there's Blue coming in.
That's a beautiful shot,
That's
isn't
a lovely
it?
shot.
It's a nice
and
shot.
He's still got a line on yellow with that black ball.
Yeah, the black
so
ball is still able to threaten.
Red.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
So crucial shot here, Robert,
Yep.
to clear the yellow.
clear yellow. Or
Clear-
run the hoop. If it was.
Yeah. Well, if it was Gary, he'd be going for the hoop at this stage, wouldn't he? He'd be
Yeah, well, you'd never know. It might be Robert's tactic too, but I don't really think so. I think he's going for the yellow. He hasn't done the crouch.
No.
And it doesn't have to go far.
No, he
Just
only has
enough
to stop it from
can't
running the
run
hoop. Okay. Well, it's pretty bread and butter for Robert, this. 8 metres or so. And as usual, absolutely identical routine.
Head down and swing.
And
swings, goodbye
swings,
yellow.
and almost got the black through in
Yeah.
off. All right.
So
Okay.
the
Well,
answer for Gary is quite a long shot on blue.
I know.
But he's been extremely accurate with
He
these
has,
before.
he
and
has,
he doesn't
but
have
this
to
is-
shift it far. It's the same routine.
This is the match, though.
It
This
is
is the
the
match.
It is the
because
match,
this is
but,
the blue will go through if he misses it.
Yeah, it will. Come on, Gary.
The blue will go through if he misses it.
And
he
it's
gets
a
it
clearance.
nicely. Now.
Yeah. Well,
Will
it's-
Robert go for this? Will he go for the hoop?
Well, he hasn't got a lot to lose because even if he misses the hoop, he'll still be around.
Yeah,
and he'll still
he'll
be
still
able
be
to
around.
stop the red.
Yeah. Because he's not like the average club player who, if they miss the hoop, will actually miss the hoop. will actually. It's
there's from
like if
this-
he misses the hoop, he'll clang into the side of the hoop.
He's
It's-
in the hoop crouch.
He's in the hoop
looking
crouch.
at it.
He's definitely looking at it.
He's saying, all right.
This is the shot, isn't it? Isn't that a great shot of Robert under
It's a
total
great camera
concentration
angle. Mm.
in the characteristic hoop running pose? This for the
It's for
Australian
the
National
Australian Championship.
Championship.
Mm-hmm.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Well
There
done,
it is.
Robert.
And turns
He's
to,
got it.
to shake Gary's hand.
Fantastic.
Gary played extremely well.
Well
but
done. Well, what a great performance by
yes.
Gary. We will love to go back and chat to the players about everything that they did in this game. It looks like we will have to do that. There will be a little ceremony, of course. While that is getting organised, we'll look at some highlights of that final game. I'd particularly like to look at the incident around hoop 11, Trish, where
yes, where
Gary has
Gary
that
chose a
amazing
strange.
decision to shoot at the end.
Yes. He must have been feeling under pressure. It was a case of, I'm not going to fiddle around. I'm just going to go for this hoop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there are people
that's right.
out there congratulating him on a good fight.
Well, what amazing.
So
Kevin
there's
Beard
Kevin Beard.
congratulating him on a fantastic game. There
Congratulating
are a lot,
both of them.
for them to talk about there.
I saw Lester Hughes down there too. Those are two other strong Victorian players.
And that was a real treat and a fantastic showcase for the sport.
It was.
And brilliant shot making, fantastic sportsmanship, great commentary.
Of course.
That was pretty good too.
Well, we have had quite a few people comment that they're really enjoying watching Croquet with the commentary.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
who don't normally know much about it, and others who do know a bit about it, who've been very interested to watch it with voiceover so that they can hear about the decisions that the players are making. They're interested in the tactical decisions.
Well, I mean, the wonderful thing is that the last 3 hoops of that game were the perfect encapsulation of the sort of tactical choices that Croquet players have
all the
in
options,
a game.
all the options were there, weren't they?
All the options were there. The opportunities, the risks, the rewards. They were all there to see. So it'll be fantastic to be able to look at the last few. The last few hoops. So this is a bit earlier on in the game,
up at hoop
and that's
2,
a
was
brilliant shot
Shot,
there
yes.
to knock away Robert's ball that was threatening. Robert having a go at that hoop, and just failing.
That's hoop 3.
This is what's characterised Gary's play all the way through. The willingness to have a go at the hoop rather than clearing the opposition,
and it's paid off.
Pretty much all the way through the game, it paid off
until
the one
hoop
time
11.
he decided to do a really, really big one.
Yeah.
And then he has a go at this one, which is fantastic. This is amazing.
Yeah,
what a fantastic shot that is.
Hoop. Yeah.
7 meters away, and really, really saying to Robert, if you give me a chance at the hoop, I am going to take it. And this was another good example. Robert deliberately gave Gary a chance at this hoop, and Gary just stepped up and went,
Robert
okay, thank you very much.
Positioned the blue,
thank you for
didn't
that hoop.
Yeah.
I think I'll take that. Yeah. But
and also the sneaking in from the back into position, very difficult shot to do.
So we're very lucky to have Robert pop up. So if you'd like to have a chat with, I'll have a chat with Robert.
Yes.
That would be brilliant. Yeah.
Hello, Robert. I'll hand over to you. Congratulations.
Robert, many congratulations on a fantastic victory.
Thanks, Gareth.
It was an absolute delight to watch. We were absolutely enthralled by everything that happened in that game, and your composure in coming back from a little upset at the beginning. You obviously weren't planning to lose the first game, but what was really amazing when you came out for the second game, you were very decisive in the first hoop of the second game. You had a number of options available to you, and you just thought, I'm taking that first hoop.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. I guess the difference with the first game for both players is always a bit of a tester to see where everyone's at, and see what sort of percentages they're hitting their shots at. Gary was hitting enough and playing his positional play well enough that I just needed to start taking the chances I'd get sort of first go if I had a chance. And I was running hoops pretty well anyway.
Yeah, you were. We enjoyed watching your different routines as you'd either decide you're going to take a long clearing shot or you're going to take a hoop. You always crouch down if it's a hoop, or if it's a clearing shot, you sort of go for a nice long walk. It would be great to run through the real closing stages of that fourth and final game, because there were some really interesting things that happened. So we can start it from the same position that we were looking at it from before. There were quite a few occasions where you opted not to clear Gary's balls, and you opted to. Oh, this is that amazing shot that won you the game 3. You were going for the in off there. You could just see it, I guess.
Absolutely.
Isn't that brilliant? That must give you so much satisfaction seeing that clip through like that.
Yeah, I was definitely pleased with that. It was a bit unfortunate. Gary just rolled onto that spot where it's quite a large target, but Red was still far enough on the hoop side that he could get it pretty tight. So if I just played in, I was going to have I was going to be looking at a jump essentially if I'm still there, because yellow was only
he was
4 or
quite
5
a long
yards
way away though, wasn't he?
So I think he was still this side of hoop 2 to Penalt, so there was enough in it, I thought, that he could still get a centre ball clearance, and I was going to be hitting from the boundary at half a ball. So yep.
So this is coming up through the middle, I think, in the final game. I can't quite work out where we.
Yeah, so hoop 6 and Gary's just shooting it back and coming
shoot,
through the hoop.
Oh, and I won $1 off Trish there, because I betted that's what he was going to try, and he did, and he played it beautifully, didn't he? And absolutely through the back of the hoop, and then nestling in front, so he's actually gone all the way through.
Yeah, perfect result.
And then here, he's just failed to clear your black ball.
Yeah, I was a bit lucky there that that he missed that one, and I had a nice line on the on the red to put it right down the court.
And then this is a lovely jump shot, clipping over the little bit of yellow that was inconvenient in the way, and of course then that forced him to come back. Now this is where you thought the laws of physics had been broken, because you stand there with your hands on your hips going, how did the red ball not move?
Yeah, it's like I'd sort of I'd back myself to hit more of the ball than what I did generally. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed, and then I almost peeled through the hoop, and I was like,
you'd really imagine that the red ball would go somewhere with that one, and of course the black could have even gone through the hoop, couldn't it? So
yes, which would have been pretty lucky for me, but I would have taken it.
Do we have the last few hoops? But we're also lucky enough to be joined by Gary as well. So we're just gonna watch this sequence here. So what's happened? We might play this one again for Gary's benefit. I'd just like to get Robert's reaction to this, because this is the yellow ball is in front of the hoop.
Yep.
Gary elects to shoot for the hoop, and
well, I think so. Is that right, Gary?
Yeah.
Yep, you're shooting at the hoop. Yep, that's what I thought.
So we were wondering why Gary didn't clear the black, because if he clears the black, yellow's got a clear passage.
Yep.
And
I think that's probably a question.
But Gary had been
for
shooting
Gary
so
there.
well all game, and so we're thinking, you'd left him an opportunity a few times to have a shot, and this time we thought, oh, he'll definitely clear the black, but he went for the hoop instead, and that was a real pivotal moment, because suddenly you were in the ascendancy at this stage.
Yeah. I was expecting Gary to clear, but the sort of the target he had, and every player is different. He may know that's if he is going to miss a stroke, one way or the other, might have been slightly to the left. So he's like, oh, okay, I've got a pretty big target here. When I do miss, I'm missing a bit to the left. Could be that.
So then this is the winning shot, beautifully put away.
Yep.
National champion. Well done, sir. Yeah,
thank you.
Real
Thanks,
pleasure. And thanks very much for all the brilliant entertainment that you've given us in this tournament. And better let you get down and get your trophy. Yeah.
Thanks, Gareth.
It'd be great to have a word to Gary, though,
Yep.
in the last couple of minutes that we've got before our coverage finishes. So, good day, Gary.
How you going?
Yeah, many congratulations. You really made a lot of people very happy with the fantastic swashbuckling efforts of your play there.
Must admit, I enjoyed the game.
Yeah, it was a real spectacle. You really laid it on for us, and your shooting was brilliant. Your aggression was brilliant around the hoops.
Yeah.
Take me through that. Take me through that hoop 11.
I was really disappointed with hoop 7 when I missed 2 roquets.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, if I miss the roquet, I'm gone anyway.
I'm sorry to have to keep showing.
That's
you
okay.
this.
No. It only just missed it. Bobbled in and out.
It only just missed. That's right. But why? What was your thought? Why didn't you go for the? Why didn't you go for the?
Sometimes you stand over a ball and you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Felt
You just like the
comfortable.
look of it.
Yeah.
You like the look of it. No, nothing wrong with that.
And I was lucky in the first game. I got the hoop from the boundary on 13.
That was no luck. That was great. That was because that was a great one, wasn't it? Because you sort of Robert had a go, and you thought, okay, I'm going to show him how this is done.
Yeah, you can't let him have 2 goes.
And straight through. Yeah. No, we really liked the way that you took the hoops on. There no thought ever of ducking out of anything.
No. Well, that was a great shot he played there, but
Yeah.
I think he was a bit unlucky at times, but you've got to take your opportunities with him because he is so good.
Oh, you do. You
Yeah.
must have been very conscious of the fact that you're playing one of the world's greatest croquet players, and you're not.
I was. Oh, this is my favourite shot. This one. This
Oh
one I
yeah,
go through
look
the
at
back.
that. Oh,
Yeah, that's a great shot.
I won I won $1 off Trish Devlin for that shot.
Did you?
Because I bet that you'd be able to do that. So.
Well, I was almost
Yeah.
tempted to leave it alone, but he was actually wide from red.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but I thought I might
yeah.
as well have a go anyway,
Yeah.
and if I get him out, great. If not, doesn't matter.
Well, look, and the yellow pops through,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's now a hoop running position.
Yeah.
How good is that?
So,
So.
so I think this is the that was the
Yeah,
crucial
that was,
one on 7.
That
Yeah.
was a tough one.
So so I thought that's a similar distance on 11. So
Yeah.
it just is what it is.
Yeah, that's right. And then a lovely little jump shot
Oh,
here from
This is
Robert
what he's really good at,
Yeah.
and
And of course it left you yellow not being able
Yep,
to
couldn't
get
get
to the
across,
next hoop
no.
so well.
Yep.
So
but anyway,
yeah.
yeah. So no, but anyway,
Okay,
it was
well that was
great.
brilliant. And look, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you to all the viewers that have been watching the tournament. We could not have timed that better. We
Yep.
decided on a 9 o'clock start to see if we could get to 1 o'clock, which is when the
Terrific.
broadcast closed.
Please,
and
I can help.
We absolutely got it totally right. So thanks to everybody. The next event is the Interstate Championship, which is coming from Launceston in Tasmania. We can hope you'll be playing in that, presumably.
Oh, I'm not in the state team yet, but we're trying.
I don't think they'll be keeping you out of that for very long. So and thanks very much to all the producers, camera folk, and so on for a fantastic broadcast. And we'll see you all soon.